I've got a great recipe for a chocolate silk cake. It's a light yet rich chocolate sponge covered and layered up with a dark chocolate buttercream. The starting point for this recipe is to get the richness into the cake. I've got some single cream just heating up gently on the hob, and to that I'm going to add some light brown soft sugar and then a little splash of vanilla extract. You just want to heat that through until the sugar's dissolved. Now, using light brown soft sugar really works with chocolate because it adds that caramelly note that works so well with the bitterness of dark chocolate. Once you can feel that that's smooth and the sugar's melted, just turn the heat off and then go straight in with the chocolate. It's really important you do this off the heat so that you don't overcook the chocolate, otherwise it will turn grainy and then you're not going to end up with a nice smooth cake. So all that chocolate's melted and I can just leave that to cool slightly while I make the base of the cake. So I've got some butter, and to that I'm going to add some more of the light brown soft sugar and then just go with an electric hand whisk and cream them together. So once that's pale and fluffy, you can start to go in with the eggs. Always make sure your eggs are at room temperature when you're baking a cake so the mixture doesn't curdle. So once that's all thoroughly mixed, you can go in with the chocolate mixture. You want to make sure that chocolate mixture is cooled down a bit so that it doesn't cook the eggs, and just whisk it to combine. Now for the dry ingredients, pop a sieve over the bowl, in with the flour, a little pinch of salt, and then for a bit of lift, some bicarbonate of soda. And just sieve that in, and then give everything a mix. So once that mixture is completely smooth, just go in with a spatula, and then just divide that mixture between two tins. Now if you want to be really technical about this, you could weigh the mixture to make sure that the sponges are completely even. We're going to be covering this with a really lovely buttercream anyway. Now the mixture might seem a little bit runny, but it's that moisture that's going to give the cake a lift and a really lovely lightness. So I've got my oven preheated to 180 degrees, and these are going to bake for half an hour. My cakes are now ready. I've taken them out of the oven and just let them cool in the tin and then turn them out and just taken off all of the paper. Now for the buttercream, I've got some butter which is at room temperature, so it's soft and will take on the icing sugar better. So in with the icing sugar. Now I'm going to use an electric hand whisk, but I'm going to start off with a spatula. Because if you go straight in with an electric hand whisk, you're going to completely cover your kitchen in icing sugar. Right, that's about right. Switch over to the electric hand whisk. So just keep going until that mixture is really pale, fluffy. And then go in with the cocoa powder. Same as before, just give it a little mix manually to make sure you don't spray cocoa powder everywhere. And then I've got some melted dark chocolate, which I've just melted it until it's gone nice and smooth and then let it cool for about 10 minutes. So the best bit of any cake, time to assemble. I'm going to use a turntable, which makes it a lot easier to work with. Take the bottom of your cake and then pop about a third of your buttercream on. And just spread that out and just push it right the way to the edge, because I'm going to be coating the whole cake, so it doesn't matter if a little bit splurges out the side. And take the top half, spoon the rest of the buttercream on top. It's just a case of working out to the edges and then start to work it down the sides of the cake. So the last thing to do is decorate with some chocolate. Now I've got a bar of chocolate I've been keeping in the fridge. You want to make sure that it's nice and chilled for this next bit. Now take a sharp knife and then holding either side of the chocolate, just drag towards you. You end up with these lovely little chocolate flakes. And then this is really delicate, so if you use a knife to push it off, because the heat from your hands will melt it really quickly. Now if you want to transfer that to a board or a cake stand, just pop it into the fridge for about 10 minutes for the buttercream to firm up slightly, and then use a palette knife to slide it over. And then it's ready to serve. Now for more great recipes like this, click on the subscribe button.